everyone, it's Sarada, and there's a shadow somewhere. What is that? Oh, it's that thing. It's Sarada and I scribble, and today I have officially finished Inktober. It is the 2nd of November, so I ran a bit overtime, but I ran far less overtime than I thought I would. But for the last few days of Inktober, I did 2 a day, just to catch up, and it really helped in the end. All in all, I did 2 Inktobers over time, and then I finished 2 that I had already inked but not colored. Technically, I did 31 ink drawings during Inktober because I did 2 outside of my official list, and those I need to show to you guys. Put in scans here and now. Do it, just do it. One was a piece of fan art for Labyrinth, and one was a bookmark of Sailor Saturn, and these were both for my friend. She had a birthday recently, and she has actually put up a video too, so I'll link you to that so you can have a look at them. I had a lot of fun doing both. I'm not very proud of the Labyrinth one, but it's a little bit different compared to what I usually do, so yeah, that's that. I definitely put the bar very, very high, and couldn't quite understand why it was so difficult in the beginning. I burnt out way quicker than I did last year. I could not understand why until I looked at my old Inktober drawings and realized, oh, a lot of this is just line art, or a lot of this is just black and white with some small details and not intricate patterns on every single thing. So I definitely should have had more stuff in style of this rather than the rest of this. So that was a thing. And I still feel like this was a really great month. I had quite a lot prepared beforehand. I don't know if you've seen the page I did. I might have shown it to you already. But this was my page. Now I use the blue color Eno, and it's slowly fading away. Like this up here is not readable anymore. But yeah, you can see I had the whole Hoodie Gang planned out. I had Floral Crown planned out. Technically I was going to do A5 this size for the Sailor Moon things, but I decided to do headshots, and I still utilized the poses. I just cut it off at the shoulders instead. These were more improvised, but I saved sort of pose refs off of Pinterest for that. And these were just sort of spur of the moment, reference a succulent and draw it. I did some practice here previous to that, and here are the sketches for, and there's Ion, for the Floral Crown too, and I did those the second. So I had a lot of stuff prepared before I even started. Anyway, I'm gonna start. I'm very zoomed out right now so you can see these clearly, but these small ones are gonna be difficult to see. So I'm not gonna be going in chronological order when showing you guys these. I'm going to go by size so I can have it zoomed in properly. I will put up a number in either of the bottom corners to show you what day it is, and we'll go from there. Don't think I have much else to add. Oh yeah, these are going to be sold in my Etsy store, these originals. Most of them, I haven't quite decided which ones I want to keep for myself. This one I'm really attached to. Especially attached to this one. The other ones, not that much. I might want to keep these as well. But yeah, that's the deal right now. And then there will also be a PDF zine / art book of all of these drawings. I'm not sure of the price yet. It might be a bit more expensive than last year's zine, which you can still get in physical form, by the way. I think I'm going to make a digital version of that too, just to have that up there for those who want to grab it. But considering the pieces, there's a lot more work put into the art, and you're getting all 31 pieces. I think I am within my rights to take a little bit more for it, despite it being a digital product. So yeah, that's the deal with that. I'm gonna get started. So this was the first series I worked on, called Hoodie Gang, and primarily I used my Boku no Monogatari characters for this, and then I also did bonus pieces, and in one of the bonus pieces I used my Ichiban Idol characters. First one I did was this of Tsubasa, Tsukino, and Mayura. I colored the hoodies using Posca markers, and then the rest of it is Pigma Microns. Larger black areas are definitely bottle ink. I've gone through a lot of this one, which makes me happy because it's a tiny bottle, 11 milliliters, and at first it didn't seem like it was going anywhere, but finally I'm making a dent in it. So yeah, larger black areas is liquid Indian ink and Pigma Microns. The eyes on all of these are Inktense pencils too. I was just really inspired, but if you look at the drawings I took inspiration from, you'll see that I took a lot of inspiration from it. So I'm not hiding that fact. I still need to link you to that set though. I really hope they still have them up on Pixiv. I actually haven't checked. But yeah, I put Tsubasa in a rabbit hoodie because he is part rabbit. Tsukino in a wolf hoodie because she is a bit of a loner, honestly. Or she can make it by herself. She's feisty? I don't know where I'm going with this. And then Mayura in a sheep hoodie. I went back and forth a lot. This project is from last year too, like right after Inktober I wanted to do this project, but it never happened. So I had a lot of time to go back and forth on what animals to use, and for Mayura I wanted a soft, sweet animal. So I went with sheep. Could have been a lot of other things though. So that's that one. And then the second one is Sigma and Epsilon, and Sigma is in a raccoon hoodie. Sadly, I can't remember why. Epsilon is in a tiger hoodie. I think Epsilon's hoodie is one of my favorites. Also, his pants are, like, the pattern in general, I think, but specifically on his pants, I think I made the pattern look very organic, and I really like it. Still very sad about Sigma's skirt, or the skirt of her dress. Not lining up properly. I'm trying to ignore it as well as I can. But that's that. One thing I did add that I didn't put in whatever videos, one thing I added now at the end, is that I added a zipper on the hoodies that had zippers because I forgot to earlier. Third one was Kazu and Yoru. Yeah, it's the same as with the others. Kazu is wearing a mouse hoodie and Yoru is wearing a fox hoodie. Yoru is the only one whose design I changed a lot. I changed Kazu's pants a bit, and I added a shirt. Where is that sketchbook? Hold on, I can actually show you. This is the mysterious sketchbook that I'm not sharing with anyone, but considering half of it is outfits for these guys, I guess I'm sharing it with you now. Where is he? Oh yeah, this was Kazu's original. And as you can see, he had patches on the top of his pants rather than on the knees. He didn't have a dress shirt that went past the bottom, and he also didn't have a pattern on the shirt. The tie was also completely black, which I changed. And then for Yoru, here is Yoru's, and I changed the design on his shirt. I switched the chains or the decorations around. I kind of inverted the added more patches, and then of course I switched the colors of the pants and the shoes because I realized I didn't have a character with solid black pants, so I figured that would make a nice contrast. And then we have the first bonus one, because those three were the originally intended pieces. So here are the three bonus ones, which is Mayura again, and her boyfriend slash husband Hatsuharu. And I don't think I did much with his... No, he looks pretty much the same, except I did cross-hatching on the pockets instead. This one I'm a little bit sad about, because I think I meant to leave the pockets white and not do pattern on top of the color, but I was so busy working on this that I forgot to not color the pockets. Other than that, I really like the way it turned out. It turned out really cute. And his hoodie is a cat hoodie because he has some lion background in him, besides the whole deer thing. And bonus number 2 was this one. It's one of my favorites because Haruka is wearing a hoodie colored in my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. But it's cousin Yoru again, and then Haruka, who is Yoru's future wife, and she is wearing a doe or deer hoodie. Not much to add other than that. I think I noticed I missed a line on Yoru's, whatchamacallit? There we go. Yeah, I think that's it for that one. Oh yeah, this one was half a disaster too, because I dropped my paintbrush and it rolled across here. I don't know if, yeah, you can see there is a bit of a smudge. And that's because, I don't know what video I watched on YouTube, but I watched like a mangaka, and they showed you how to fix mistakes. And they did that by scraping up the paper and sort of just removing the top layer. And considering that I'm probably keeping these and that I'm scanning them, I can clean that up nicely, so I wasn't too worried about it. But yeah, I had a lot of half disasters during the last two. And then the last one! Yay! It's my Ichiban Idol characters. It's Mars, Venus, and Ion. For them I chose fantasy animals because, or fantasy creatures, just because they're from a completely different series. So I picked dragon, dinosaur, and unicorn. And I really like how they turned out too. This one is, size-wise, this one is very small. I don't know what happened. I also had a brush drop on this one. It probably doesn't show up very well, but I did drop the brush. Thankfully it was on the hoodie before I colored it, so I could just run the Posca pen over it a couple of times to hide it. But yeah, that was the last piece for the Hoodie Gang. Okay, next set was Floral plus Crown, which was my Ichiban Idol portrait set. I wanted to do some floral illustrations. I also wanted to put crowns on my characters just because. So I decided to use Venus, Mars, and Ion for this. First one I did was Venus, and I also specifically for this set used these Winsor & Newton inks. I also used some ink tens, like everything but the, you can see purple, pink, and blue. That's all the ink from these bottles. And then everything else, it's ink tens, and then the silver and gold details, they are Sakura Jelly Roll in silver and gold. So yeah, line art is Pigma marker, or Pigma Micron again. So Venus, and as always I have too much light on, so it's really hard to catch the, yeah, there you can see. Used hydrangea, whatever you say for him. Blue for the main color, and then pink and purple for the small ones. It's just a really simple one. Next one I did was Ion, and let me just, as you can see I picked very small cute crowns for the boys. Just to sort of even out the masculinity and femininity of these drawings. For his flower, it's peonies, and as you can see again, blue, purple, pink. Not much else to add. The tiara turned out really cute. Like reflective like this, you can clearly see it's a tiara. Up close, you can see I added a lot of dots of white jelly roll to sort of define it while you're not looking at it in the light to make it look sparkly regardless. And then the last one that I finished today is a half disaster if you ask me, but I'm not going to complain too much, is Mars. And I gave her a huge, I think it's called a Duke crown, and just, it looks very nice on her. Same with her, lots of gold, lots and lots of gold for her. Her flower is the Dahlia, and I feel like I kind of failed on these. They looked absolutely gross and awful before I added the white gel pen. It kind of saved it, gave it a bit more definition, but they were just very, very hard to see before I did that. They look kind of cute on the camera, but I think that's just me being fooled by the quality. Overall, I really liked doing this set. They're really pretty. Then the next set in A5 size, which I got tired of very quickly. I don't regret doing them. They were fun. The first 6 of them were fun. I did 9 in total. I think it's partly because I hadn't planned as much for this one as I should have. I had 4 already done in a sketchbook, so those were easy. And then I just gradually had to add more, and I sort of designed them on the fly, and it was taking a lot more time than I wanted it to, so I should have just put more pre-Inktober work into this, and it probably would have been a lot easier to do because these were the drawings I fell behind on first. So the first one is Tsukino in grunge fashion. In this one, I've dubbed it Bokura no style. It was B&M style first. Bokura no style sounds better because it's a play on their name. So Tsukino in grunge fashion. I realize now that I forgot to give her stockings. I think I intended to like do her skin color and then just overlay black. I might actually fix that. Second one, there is crud on this one. There we go. Is Hatsuharu. And he is in rocker fashion. And this one I really like. I did have a pose sheet prepared, so I kind of knew what poses I wanted to use for the characters. Some were changed. I mentioned before that this leg is too short, so it looks kind of wonky, but I'm kind of okay with that. I haven't drawn him in a while, so his design is kind of up in the air. Mostly it's his hair that I need to fix. But overall I think he turned out cute. Mild rocker. Third one was Epsilon in emo fashion, and I think if he had a style, he would definitely be emo. I like color for characters though, so I don't really have any characters that are running around in completely black attire just because it bores me. Now his clothes aren't completely black because it takes a lot of layering and I was lazy. I contrasted it with some purple just because I could. I've added some silver and gold details to all of these drawings, but I don't think they show up unless you look at the original. Really hard to show on video. Like metal stuff like the necklaces and the belt buckle and stuff like that has some silver detail. I love the way Epsilon's hair turned out in this one. It's just so very perfect for him. I love how the shading turned out. Fourth was Haruka in preppy fashion. Very simple outfit. As I understand it, prep fashion is very simple. Managed to get her highlights, her red highlights in her hair, done very easily, so that makes me happy. So that's Haruka. I changed her pose a little. She was one of the characters I had done in my sketchbook already. And I changed her pose a little. Still not completely satisfied with it, but it's better than the one she had in the sketchbook. Yoru in Oshareke. Doing this one, I realized I should have done more fun and colorful styles. I really want to do like a Harajuku mini-series, maybe with the Ichiban Idol characters, where I do some more Harajuku styles and stuff like that, like fashion from Harajuku, because like Visual Kei and then Decora and Lolita and stuff like that. Just overall I wanted to do more stuff like this, and as I mentioned in the video where I did this one, it was a doodle vlog I think, I took a lot of inspiration from Ancafe for his general outfit. It's such a... Oshareke has such a wide spectrum, it's really hard to pinpoint. But yeah, that's that. Number 5, I think, is Tsubasa in punk fashion. I probably should have more studs. It feels like it's a little bit faily with the lack of studs, but Tsubasa is the only stud we need here, honestly, don't you think? I wasn't quite sure what to do with his hair because I didn't want to shave it and give him a mohawk. I kind of wanted to work with what the characters already had. So I just sort of slicked his hair back and gave his fringe some poof instead. I did manage to smudge my hand through the silver pen. I used it on the tips of his shoes. There we go. And I managed to smudge it out here, but I managed to also pick most of it up and save it. I really like how the pants turned out. They're pretty much rip off of his original pants anyway, which is probably why I went with punk fashion. Here we have Mayura. This one is one of the cuter ones I really like. Mayura in artsy fashion. Originally I was going for sexy fashion for her because she sort of doesn't shy away from wearing risque clothing. But yeah, I went with artsy instead because I think that would suit her too. And it's a very uniform and concise fashion. Like, you had something jeans, you have something khaki colored, and then you have like a stripy shirt or something, and you're artsy apparently. I gave her a bun just to change her hair a bit. But overall I like how this one turned out. These last two are the ones I finished today. This one is Kazu in Goth fashion. I feel like the only criteria for Goth is like lots of black, maybe some fishnet, maybe some buckled boots. It feels like an all-black punk, honestly. But yeah, I went with this for him. I managed to get it all black simply because I drew directly on the paper. That's why it looks a bit more grainy than what my other drawings do. I don't know, you can probably see it on the pants. I used Chinese black and ink black for this, which is why there's a little bit of a tone shift between the two. Overall, I'm okay with this. His foot looks kind of weird. I realized that while coloring. Otherwise, other than that, I'm pretty okay with this. I let him have his hair down. I wasn't quite sure what to do with his hair. Black hair is sort of a thing too when you're goth, and I just didn't want to do that because I'm using their hair as it is. One thing I struggled with for this entire series was makeup, because makeup is a big part of a lot of fashion styles, but I decided to just go for the clothing because painting makeup is not something I've ever done, and it's also very hard the few times I've tried. Last one, which I'm so glad I saved for last because it was the most fun and it was really nice to end the series like this, was Sigma, and she is in zine fashion, which is ridiculously colorful and sparkly. I learned how to color her hair using Inktense. She has a very odd hair color, but using 3 different greens I managed to get one that was very close to hers, so I'm really happy about that. Texture on the tutu I'm also really happy with, turned out nice. Other than that, I don't have much else to add for this because it's the last thing in the series. I'm done with it, I'm really happy about it, and I want to move on to the next thing. Okay, so I did this mini-series because, as you've seen, I want to draw more florals, and succulents is a thing I really like looking at. They're really cute, they're really pretty. So I did some succulents. First, I picked out 3 different succulents to do. I had originally planned for 6, but I decided to cut it down a bit. These were my spur of the moment, do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be perfect drawings. So these were sort of my free days or my slack off days, because I've not spent more than 15 to 30 minutes on each of these. Let's just go back. These. I'm not sure if I mentioned what I used, but Pigma Microns, Inktense, and Jelly Rolls in gold, silver, white, just so I don't forget. These are Pigma Microns and Zig Kuretake Clean Color Real Brush Pens. Can you have a more difficult name? Seriously. But yeah, that's what I've used for these, and then my water brush to spread the color. The very loose drawings. This first one is, now I don't remember the Latin name for them, and I had them written down on a post-it note, but I've been cleaning for the past 2 days, and I think I may have thrown it away. But this is the Lavender Pebbles. It looks a lot more like these water succulents or water bulb succulents. I don't remember the proper name for them. Just because I left so much white on them, I really like the way they look. I think they're cute, but I think I could have done a better job. Either way, I like it, so I'm not going to redo it. This one I wasn't quite as happy with. It turned out very, very dark, and I have since gone over it with water. I basically scrubbed down the entire thing with water and blotted it, and that helped a lot with the color. I then went in with a little green and a lot of red again, just to define it a bit more, and I'm a bit more okay with it now. This is the Money Tree, I think it's called, or the Jade Succulent. And then the last one I did was this one, which is the Pearl von Nürnberg. Nürnberg. It's one of those things. It's just a very traditionally looking succulent that is very purple, which is why I liked it and wanted to draw it. So yeah, this was my little throwaway have fun series. I have 2 left. I think I'm going for the fan art now. My only fan art for this year was Sailor Moon. Last year I did both Mushishi and Steven Universe. This year I am doing Sailor Moon. Originally, as you saw by the sketches earlier, I was going to do full bodies on A5 sheets, but that felt like a lot of work because I was already doing so much full body stuff, so I decided to just, cut it down, make it easy for yourself, portraits. So I started out with Venus, and I decided on this diamond, offset diamond shape, and then I wanted one of their sort of attacks to be incorporated into the background, or their element So for Venus, I did her Love Me chain. I really like how this one turned out, especially the colors of her sailor collar and the ribbon. It just looks really, really nice. I also left skin and hair unshaded for a more manga-esque look. I still colored in the uniform, but I think it gives a nice contrast. Second one I did was Mars. This one you know how much I struggled with if you watched my updates and doodle logs and whatnot. This is actually a redraw. I don't know, I think I put away the original, but it's just black and white. I didn't do anything else with it. Put her burning mandala in the background. I really like how this one turned out too. And materials for this set was Pigma Microns. I have two characters here with completely black hair. I used the bottle ink I showed you earlier for that. Ink 10s, and then I'm not sure how much we lost, but I'm just going to restart. Third one I did was Sailor Moon. Overall, I think this is one of my favorite design-wise or composition-wise. I just think it looks really cute. One thing too, I originally used this pink color for Mars, but realized I needed it for Sailor Moon, so I just scrubbed it out and painted over with a different red color. And these paints from Prima Marketing are really, really, really chalky, so it was really easy to lift despite it being a red color. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, not much else to add. I really like just overall how this looks. It turned out really cute. I think I sort of mixed up her both her TV and manga versions here. It's a mishmash of everything. Probably not 100% accurate. Fourth one is Sailor Mercury. Could have put more work into her face. I think I tried to turn her head and I didn't turn it enough in the overall design, so one eye is a bit smaller than the other. Despite it not having to be, it was difficult. Wasn't sure what to do for a background, so I did bubbles based on her water attacks. Overall, I really like this one too. And last one I did was Jupiter. This is also one of my favorites. Really happy with how she turned out. The lightning is a little bit questionable, but drawing lightning is hard. But yeah, overall I like it too. So, last set I'm going to show you is more of my OCs. These are the Falling Stars characters. And Falling Stars is probably my least worked out universe story ever, because I can't settle on a specific storyline, and I think it has something to do with it originally being a game idea, which means that basically you're supposed to create your own story, but that is gonna fall through eventually, so I just want to solidify their universe. The main cast has 5 characters, and I drew portraits of them all. I mainly used the Tombow Fudenosuke in soft. I might have used the hard one for 1 or 2 of these illustrations. The pens are quite similar. One is dark green and one is dark blue. And then I also used a Pigma Micron, the 005, to do their face, and for the beast characters I also did their body patterns, just to get that extra bit of fine line capability. Because the Tombows, they're very fat pens, as you can see by the line work. So this first character is Davi. He is a beast character. The race is called Fruition. He is probably the oldest character in the gang too. 25 something, I think. I haven't quite looked at their information. This is the only human character in the gang. This is Elias. He is a fire user, as depicted by his tattoo here. Third one I did was Claire. She is an elf character. Okay. Hold on. Human. They're beasts, humans, and elves, but they have other names, so the humans in this story are called Terrans, as in Terra, Earth. Yeah, she is an elf, or Nymphari, as they're called in this story. She is supposed to wear a bodysuit. She cannot run around naked. She will get sick. She will get very, very sick. Because basically her race, they've lived on spaceships their entire lives, and their immune systems are destroyed because of it. Think it kind of as Tally from Mass Effect, but a little less fatal. That's the deal with her. Then we have Nova, which is the main character. He is like the character the story is about, mainly. And he is... I want to say his race is unknown. But if you look at Claire compared to Nova, her ears are very big, his ears are very small, and they think he is a pteronym, which is the crossbreed between Earthians and Terrans and Nymphari. But the thing about... No, wait, never mind. Nothing. Pteronyms, half-breeds, don't need the bodysuit that Nymphari needs because they sort of adopt the better immune system of the humans. So yeah, he is, they think he is, a pteronym. I'm trying not to spoil things here. He has, these things here are sort of jewels kind of things. They're stones, crystals. He has one on the back of his neck, he has one on the top of each hand, and also one on top of each foot. They don't really serve a purpose other than that the one on his back is very sensitive to touch, so sort of if you want to knock him out, just hit that thing with something hard and he's out. The ones on his collarbones sort of react to weather conditions, so if it's really humid out, they will get kind of squishy, and if it's really dry out, they will get very brittle and sort of very dry. The ones on his hands and feet have purposes, except I don't want to tell you about it because that's also spoilers. So yeah, that's basically all we know about him. Oh no, wait. The ones on his hands are, they call them empath stones because one, now I don't remember which hand it is because it's so long ago. One of the stones emits emotions and one of the stones absorb emotions, so if someone touches either of the stones they can either feel or let Nova feel how they feel. So yeah, that's the thing. Lots of information, sorry. Last one, and also day 31 of Inktober actually, is Neela. Neela is also a Fruscian. Actually, we can put up Navi here next to her. They're siblings. She is the youngest character in the group. I think she might be the same age as Claire. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with the... Oh god, there, leave them be. She's a very cute girl. She can control wind elements. He is actually a fire mage type character, and she is a wind mage type character. God, I want to talk more about these characters. She's just a cute girl. I don't want to bore you with more of my talk about nothing. But yeah, these were all of my drawings for Inktober. Jesus, it took a while. There were a lot of drawings. Just a lot of drawings. A lot of drawings. And I'm really happy I'm done. I'm really satisfied with most of them. I'm happy to be done. As I said, there will be a zine in my store that you can purchase digitally. It will get you a PDF with all of these drawings in them, no watermarks and stuff like that, just a PDF with all my drawings. My giveaway is still running for another 8 days. It ends on the 10th of November, and then I will finally be picking my winners. So yeah, if you haven't entered that giveaway, go check it out. And I'll see you again maybe on Saturday for a plan with me / a show and tell of my November spread of my bullet journal, because it's a little late now, but who cares? Yeah, I'm gonna go scan drawings, or iron drawings, and then scan them now. Thank you so much for watching. Please do, if you haven't, take a moment to subscribe. You can hit that button, join in for more fun art videos. Social media links are down below in the description. You can find me pretty much everywhere. Check out my Etsy, my Redbubble. Might put some of these up on Redbubble as stickers and other things. Until next time, keep on scribbling, friends. Bye!